You are now listening to the Peter and Jake Talks Wrasslin podcast, a weekly review of Monday Night Raw and other wrestling-related topics. And here's your hosts, Peter Day and Jake Grandi.
Oh!
What's up?
Hello, boys and girls. Boot-em-ups in the truck.
Turn the bass up.
I know, it's if you're just checking this out for the first time and you've been listening to this for quite some time, the music in the beginning is something that I did. I think it's called Turn the Bass Up. And if you're interested, go to the SoundCloud page, Ellen Japanese SoundCloud. The song is called Turn the Bass Up, so you can hear it all in its entirety. Right? It's even cuts in there where I'm doing this shit. So it's called Turn the Bass Up. So what's up, dude?
Chillin', man.
It's Wrestle fucking Mania weekend, baby, coming up.
Yeah.
Wrestle fucking Mania.
I have to say, I wasn't feeling it. I don't think we were feeling it last week, but this week I'm totally in the mood. I thought the Raw was what it was, but Mania is always what it is. Since Mania, you got Takeover, you got WrestleCon, you got the Ring of Honor show. I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this weekend of wrestling.
What are you excited about most? This entire WrestleCon, Wrestle fucking
everything
Expo weekend. I am excited about it all.
Sure,
I think just the idea of WrestleMania is our Super Bowl. Even if it's two teams that stink that make it to the Super Bowl, we're still gonna fucking watch it. It could be Tampa Bay versus Jacksonville Jaguars, and motherfuckers will still tune in to watch the Super Bowl. Not as many as say the Patriots and the damn Green Bay Packers.
Sure,
but we're still, oranges and fucking cantaloupes.
Hell yeah. I don't know. I'm excited about, I would have to say NXT TakeOver. That whole show looks great. The Ring of Honor Championship. I don't even know how to say his name. Lio Rush versus Jay Lethal. I had a chance to watch this guy. He's from DC. He's real tiny, real acrobatic. I was going to say reminds me of like a young Ricochet, but I would say has the...
Isn't that like a double?
Yeah, he has like the physique of Ricochet.
Is Ricochet
now.
young?
He has the physique of Ricochet now, but he's like it's different. You got to watch him. Him versus Jay Lethal, and then I guess like the glitz and the glamour of WrestleMania, like seeing the staging and like the entrances.
Mm-hmm. I haven't been following ROH as much as I should. It's gotten stale to me a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not a lot of moving parts there. I think they focus on more things that I'm like, all right, let's move on. Say, take the Silas Young,
Dalton Castle.
Yeah, feud. I mean, they still give that a lot of time. They focus on like the other people in the House of Truth rather than Jay Lethal, and you don't see a lot of elevation in like the stars. ACH is always going to remain at a certain place. Adam Cole he's grown stale. I don't know. It's just weird.
Wow,
every time, it's all about like when the Young Bucks show up, and I think that's when any and everyone gets excited. And then their matches are like Groundhog's Day. I mean,
I think they were so worried about losing stars that they locked him in, and now they got to do something with him.
It's all about Jay Lethal.
They didn't want to. Yeah, Jay Lethal's great. Mike Elgin moved on. He went to New Japan.
Yeah, he's back and forth. I mean,
yeah,
but he's still.
But his deal is New Japan now, so that's good.
Oh, wow. So, if I was to point out one thing, and I guess this is going to replace our best and worst. Unless you have one.
Oh, yeah, I wrote down some best and worst.
Okay, then the one thing I'm looking forward to out of everything is the debut of Nakamura. Like, that's it. Like,
yeah.
If I was to say, hey, pick one thing, you can only see one thing.
Yeah.
This weekend coming up, what would be that one thing? The entrance and the pop of Shinsuke Nakamura. Not even so much the match. I mean, the match is going to speak for itself. But him just walking out and hear this new music, and just seeing Dallas just like fucking lose their mind. Runner up would be basically Roman Reigns winning the championship and just seeing the place turn into fucking Armageddon.
Yeah.
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 Do you have a runner up?
A runner up? I mean, I'm really excited about the tag match, the Revival versus the Mexican Alpha. But yeah, just other than matches,
You can pick one thing that you can just see.
I can't do it.
Can you try?
Bushi's gonna be down there. Terry Funk is gonna be down there. I'm really excited. Just to hear about it. If I had to pick one thing, I would have to say.
By the way, someone's cutting grass outside, so if it's picking up in the microphone, I'd like to apologize. Normally, they cut the grass in the fucking morning.
Yeah, what the fuck, man? No, I can't do it. I just want to see.
AJ Styles versus Jericho.
That's up there. I could maybe pick a top 3.
Asuka versus Bayley.
I could pick a 3. I would say it's the Nakamura Zayn. I could say American Alpha Revival, and then I would say I really want to see what happens in the
Steel Cage.
I want to see Brock and Dean. I want to see.
I don't want to see that crap.
I think that's interesting to me because those are two. I don't know. I just want to. It's not, Hunter barely wrestles, Shane and Taker barely wrestle. So that's the only. I mean, even though Brock is like he's not on there week to week. That's the main roster feud of Mania, I would say, and I like how they built it up.
You really think so?
I would say yeah. I mean, that's the only Shane,
blood feud.
Shane and Taker. I mean, that's big. That they just threw everything at it to make it big. Reigns and Hunter. I mean, Hunter's 15-time champion. This is Reigns' 3rd time being a champion.
I don't even count it. Sorry, he's only been champion really, honestly, once.
Okay, fine. So second time. Yeah. So there's nothing really there, but the dynamic of someone being crazy and someone being a monster. This is Freddy Krueger against the bear kind of a thing. This is nuts. I like the dynamic. I like how they laid it out. I like how they got the legends involved.
Yeah, we'll get there, man.
We'll get there.
By the way, peep out the new shirt.
Oh yeah,
the Sparrow, the Bernie Sanders.
Is that a cut the music design?
Yes, it is a cut the music design, and it's going to be. It's on sale right now at my Etsy shop. Cutthemusic.etsy.com. Ding.
Hell
all right. So what's your best and worst?
I'll do best was the Lucha Underground. Was it Ultima Lucha?
Ultima Lucha. I didn't get to watch it.
Oh man, it was amazing.
I think I'm gonna do a binge watch of this second series.
You got
second season.
They first. I'm not gonna spoil it. You should totally watch it.
No, I know. That
yeah, first match of Ray, everything like that, and then I'm gonna say my minus is Dean Malenko is missing Mania because he just went through surgery last week. So I'm gonna say my minus is Dean Malenko can't be at Mania. I hope he gets well. Just want to say some shout-outs to him. Kind of use the minus as that. But I think it might be a plus. I think he's getting better. I think he might be out there. Definitely WCW, ECW. And I'm sure he's helping out with as the road agent and everything. Hell yeah, Full Horseman.
No. You said George, back up. This 4 does not represent the Full Horsemen, nor the Full Horsewomen. It represents the Final 4. And that is the Carolina Tar Heels going once again to face Syracuse in the regional fucking final, baby. Yeah. Final 4 for the damn Tar Heels. That's my best.
Hell yeah. Syracuse, I mean, you just joined the ACC a few years ago. I think.
Well, they wasn't going to be in the fucking. It was what they wanted.
You're 10, but the fact that they're kind of an ACC team now.
Kind of, they are an ACC team, but it was Boeheim who's being a real asshole about having to come to Greensboro. He didn't want to play in the ACC tournament.
Who said that? Wait, someone from the
Boeheim, the coach, who was suspended for 9 games.
Wait, motherfucker, just join. Okay, we're from Greensboro, North Carolina. That's where we're stationed at. But so this dude from upstate New York joined our shit. And then bitched about
he didn't have a say in it.
I'm just saying, and then bitched about being a part of it. Fuck him. Fuck Orange. It's all about baby blue. If you look up in the sky right now. Tell me what color that is.
It looks kind of white right now. That's my ceiling.
and I mean, I know the sunshine, sundown, sun up is orange, but
Carolina blue. And so and my worst is a very, very sad story. It's your Lakers, your LA Lakers.
Oh, lost to the Jazz?
No. They've lost 1 billion times this year. It's not even a loss. It's Swaggy P took a loss, definitely, from your point guard. What's his name? The young boy. They just drafted him.
But I mean, if he's got problems with Swaggy P.
No. Well, check out. What's his name?
I can't remember.
What's
I don't know.
Point guard's name? Well, anyway, he's 19 years old. We got him from Italy. In a
Oh, yeah.
He taped this fucking conversation with Swaggy P talking about how he was fucking like other women, and then it got out. He secretly taped them, and then it ended up getting on like a Gawker or something. Like it ended up getting up on like a. So I'm just like the ultimate dude like foul happened to this motherfucker. You can't come up with his name. You still can't come up with his name.
I mean, I can look it up, but no, I
but
don't.
Nevertheless, I think, guys, look, if you're gonna be a dude and you're gonna be around a bunch of dude and you want to have your dude moments, your dude conversations, dudisations, don't tape it, please. Just tape your podcast, all right? Don't tape and talk about wrestling. Don't tape a conversation about like relationships with girls or guys or fucking, family and nothing like that. That stuff is like secret, man. That stuff like, I talk to you about that stuff. It's not out for the world to see. And it's a shame that something like this, because I give a fuck about Swaggy P, but could you imagine half the shit that you would talk about? It ain't gonna be like racist or sexist. It's just your personal shit. You don't want that shit floating around out there. You don't want to be taped.
Yeah, I didn't know about that. That's bullshit.
That's a horrible worst. Like, don't do that shit.
That's the worst, yeah. I mean, Dean Malenko, I hope you get better, but Swaggy P, I hope you do.
Yeah, he's engaged to Iggy Azalea, and a part of the fucking tape is about, like...
I didn't know that,
It's part of, like, how he was fucking another girl or something, but it was, like, months ago. It happened, like, it got taped a month ago.
Well, how well can the other girl spit?
How well can Iggy spit? Fucking Bo Rada would take her ass out.
Hell yeah.
Eva Marie would take her out. Actually, Eva Marie would take out anything. And by the way, before we get to it, the greatest moment of Raw was watching Eva Marie walk out. That was the greatest thing ever. Definitely. Yes. And you know what? And there's something too with Keita. I hope by Sunday I can make my Eva Mania shirt. I'm all in. Eva Mania. Yep.
Well, you better be all in by like 6 o'clock. The pre-show starts way early.
Well, I'm not gonna catch all that stuff. Hell, I'm not even gonna be able to catch the. I'm not even gonna be able to catch Dallas. I'm gonna have to watch it Saturday.
You're not gonna be able to watch the whole show
live. I'm not gonna be able to watch it live.
Oh, Takeover.
Yeah, Takeover. And by the way, do you want to do a quick? Seriously, like two minutes. I know it's impromptu. 2 minute like prediction. I know you got your Fast in the World, but like just 2 minute prediction. You can't even go on the storyline or nothing. Just say the match, and let's just say who wins or loses.
Okay, well I'll have to think about it. So we got like Apollo Crews and Eliza Sampson.
Eliza Sampson wins.
You're going Eliza Sampson. I'm going Apollo Crews. I think. I'm going Apollo Crews. I think Apollo Crews needs a victory.
He does need a victory. Doesn't mean he's going to get it.
Yeah,
as much as they're pushing Elijah Sampson, giving him all that fucking like vignette and television time, why the fuck are you going to have him lose in Dallas? Why?
Well, I mean, he already lost to Gargano last week on the TV, and then I think to set up for an Apollo Crews feud with Eliza Sampson, to give him a little heat under him, to give him something to fight for. And then we go to let's see what's some other ones. We got the
Bailey Asuka.
Bailey Asuka. I'm going Bailey.
I'm going Asuka.
You're going Asuka?
Yeah, I think Bailey's coming up.
It's
time. Look at this fucking Divas division. It's bleak. It's time. It's after WrestleMania. Like I said, hold off.
It might not be after WrestleMania by the time she comes up.
Asuka doesn't need to lose.
No, I'm saying like it might not be after WrestleMania.
Uh-oh. Whatever, dude.
Yeah, and
I'm not hearing that bullshit.
Then we got American Alpha and the Revival. I think this is obvious American Alpha. I think the entire reason the Revival had the belts for this long is to give it to American Alpha. I've been saying it since I've seen American Alpha perform Jordan and Gable. I would say that this is the marquee matchup.
As much as I think that those guys are total ham and egg jabronis, that last match they had against
at the Roadblock,
I was impressed.
Do you remember?
Stop it!
Wait! Can I say something?
No, you can't say it because I know you're gonna bullshit.
You said they would never make it to the main roster. Here they are, network special, main roster, defending their titles.
Main roster.
They were on the main roster that night.
Oh, they were NXT.
They were on the main roster.
Hey man, the set turned yellow and black, right? When they came out, the set turned yellow and black. That son bitch turned yellow and black, y'all. That wasn't no main roster bullshit.
Okay, we'll move on. We'll move on though. We'll move on, even though you know.
Did I say my prediction?
I think you said Revival, right?
No, I didn't say Revival.
Oh well, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen?
Let's go to Jason and Gable.
Jordan and Gable.
I mean, yeah, Jason, Jordan, Gable.
And then we got Austin Aries and Baron Corbin. I'm going. I'm saying. Fuck.
Corbin.
Yeah, I'm gonna. To be determined with that one, I don't know.
You got to give it up. You're gonna know tonight when you give your.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to give it one more episode on that one. You're gonna have to tune into that. You're gonna have to tune into the Fashion World podcast for the Aries and Corbin one. But I'll give everyone else. We got Zayn and Nakamura. Yeah, I'm going Nakamura. I'm going Nakamura's losing on Zayn's losing on Takeover to win at Mania. That's what I'm saying. And then I'm going Joe and Finn.
Joe.
You're saying Joe?
Joe.
Okay, well, we got a split here. I'm saying Finn.
Because I would say this. Because we watched the show. And even though it's NXT, even though it's developmental, they still do the same shit they do with the main roster with the Eamon Stevens booking. I think there's no escape from that. Well, Joe lost the first time. He'll win the second time. He's going to win the second time. It's just a given. I think it's just one of those things.
Well,
I can't even give it any backstory. I like to go on like the formula.
I think Joe's just. I think Joe's losing to move up, where Finn's the name of the brand, just like why Bailey would win the title. I think they're gonna keep the brand strong by keeping the belt strong, except for the tag title change, and then having the other matches really bring the show home.
Is Eva Marie wrestling in the tag?
No, she's not.
Damn it!
She's not doing a double.
They don't know how to make their money down there in NXT. What the fuck's their problem?
Well, I mean, there's always several unannounced matches that take over, but I feel like
she should main event.
She's kind of in over her head already.
Good. Yeah, man, she's awesome. That's it? Is that it?
Yeah, 6 matches. Yeah,
just 6 matches.
Well, I mean, 6 matches announced. There's always one.
There's no Gargano. There's no Ciampa. They've been pushing them strong.
Not announced. But Gargano will.
Oh, there's tonight, huh?
Well, there's tonight, and there's also Ciampa, Gargano. All those guys are going to be down there for WrestleCade. They're already down there.
Nia Jax.
All those people are down there. All those performers are down there for WrestleMania weekend. So, like, yeah, it's not. What
about fucking 10? For Perfect 10.
Perfect 10, Ty Dillinger. He's. I think he's. Unless he's healthy again, he was injured. He was facing an injury. But yeah, I love Ty Dillinger.
He's tingered.
He's
tingered.
Injured.
Oh yeah.
But let's
he makes getting injured look good.
Hell yeah! Let's dive into Raw a little bit here. The number went up,
and plus, what we're gonna do as well, and we discussed this before, is we're gonna tie in our actual WrestleMania predictions with our review on Raw. We got the points, and then we got the storylines, but then we go into that storyline leading to WrestleMania, and that's how we're gonna give our predictions.
Oh yeah, Raw number went up this week. I mean, Raw Brooklyn going for show for Mania. Got like 400,000 more viewers than last week. So
I think because it was the go home show
for Mania,
and I think it was mostly to see if Shawn Michaels was going to show up, if The Rock was going to show up, or even Stone Cold was going to show up. Mm-hmm. They're promoted to be at the show.
They're promoted to be at Mania.
Yeah, and honestly, once you think about the only person that has been pushed to be at WrestleMania, the only like this and this WrestleMania on the network, mm-hmm. So The Rock. That's it. That's the only commercials that are revolving around. So you look at it and you go, well, shit, he's got to be there tonight. Michael's got to be there tonight too. Stone Cold has to make an appearance to be somewhere in the mix somehow, to say something, to say hell yeah. Oh no, give someone a stunner and fucking drink a brew. I mean, none of that happened. So I imagine by the third hour, shit dropped. Because the programming fucking nosedived.
And also, from what I heard, they taped SmackDown actually before Raw.
Jesus.
That's only what I heard on
but here's the thing
from talking to people. But if they did that, chronologically I can see being taken out of it, and also just like 2 hours of 1 to 2 hours of tapings, and then a 3-hour taping. I can see being taken out. That's a 4 or 5 hour show at that point.
Well, the thing with SmackDown before Mania is not even a SmackDown show. They probably show like 2 matches.
But what I was thinking, like, okay, if you're doing that, why not? I mean, think about the cities that are close to Dallas that you could probably get a few people. I mean, you got Houston, you got New Orleans, who have hosted WrestleManias before. I bet if they did a SmackDown in those places, you would, one, get some spillover from the Mania crowd.
I think it's a matter of time because they got to wrap it up. This is a crazy week. They got press. It's WrestleMania week. The guys won't be available Tuesday. They just won't be. So they have to tape it. I'm surprised they didn't tape that shit Sunday somewhere. But yeah, it only makes sense. Thursday night SmackDowns before WrestleMania, nothing more than storyline. It's like a storyline
fluff.
Kind
of like how Brett heats up.
I'm not even gonna watch it this week, and I'm not even doing a review on it. And those who are actually waiting on SoundCloud or Stitcher or iTunes for the Peter Talk SmackDown review, last week is going to be up this week. I mean, it's on YouTube. I did a live impromptu, but this shirt stuff, I didn't have a lot of time to really throw it on to the old RSS feed, so I apologize for that. But you'll get to hear what I felt last week.
There you go. Well, let's just dive right into Raw here. I thought Raw kicked off with a bang with Undertaker.
Oh, dude.
Excuse me. Oh, come on. It's not.
It is bad.
It's bad?
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
It was bad. Okay, cool.
A big old booger snot.
Sorry about that, guys.
You need some tissue, dude?
Yeah, hook me up with something.
Chipotle. Paper towels.
There we go.
You got to be prepared, man. You got to stay sharp.
I just felt it coming, and I just knew it was going to happen. I just wanted to go with it.
Yikes.
Well, that was the first ever, most public sneeze ever for myself, I would say.
Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry about that. But Taker does come out, doesn't sneeze. I feel like cuts a great promo at the early going, saying like WrestleMania's his yard, and Hell in a Cell is his house. He kind of, I think Keita said it to me that night, or someone said it, that it reminded her of like the Dead Man promos, Dead Man Incorporated, the biker promos, where I felt like it kind of did. It was like real blunt, to the point, but just kind of, no doom and gloom, just all in your face. I'm going to kick your ass, Shane McMahon. And then Shane McMahon comes out, skipping and bebopping, dances to the ring, says that his legacy died 2 years ago when Brock beat him, so that doesn't matter. Undertaker says, "You've always been your dad's bitch," and then that kind of just gets them to go for blows. Shane throws him out of the ring, or Taker throws Shane out the ring, and then there we go, the big table spot of the night. Shane gets the advantage, hits him with a monitor, and then from the back post, from the hard cam to elbow drop to the table, taking Taker out. Shane runs away celebrating, but what I thought wasn't emphasized enough on Raw, Taker sits up. Takes the fall. I wouldn't have him touch, but if I did have him touch, I would say they did a great job. This definitely got me way more excited about the match than the other week whenever you had Vince push Shane in for the choke slam and everything. I think it put both guys over. You saw Taker toss Shane over the top rope, and then you saw Taker take what Shane could give and sit up. And then you also saw the acrobatics of Shane, like going pillar to table. I got excited for it. What did you think, Peter?
I think I didn't like that they touch, but they did. So whatever, I have to live with it.
Yeah, for sure.
He does.
I always said
the thing about them going at it, pillow punch Shane, and the fact that he's getting up in Undertaker's grill as a formidable opponent. It's still, you got to suspend your belief to the idea that a guy who just faced Brock Lesnar and the Wyatt family is going up against a guy that hasn't been in the ring in almost 12, fucking 10 years, who's not a wrestler. He's just a guy who does like stunts. You got to really check your disbelief at the door. And for him to get up in his face, I understand the stakes are high. The stakes are for the company. But I feel like the feud itself, the back and forth should be between more Vince and Shane and Undertaker. If he's the tool of destruction for Vince McMahon, then no more than say what he even did with the Wyatt family. He only showed up that entire year one time, and that was the Mania, just because a guy said, "Hey, I'm gonna fight you at fucking Mania," and then he showed up to get the win, and he bounced. I feel like the dialogue is sort of unnecessary, or this kind of beef between, because there's no beef between it. It's a competitive match. One guy was hired for a match. The other guy wants the match to take over the company. And I feel like the company takeover is more the storyline. The match between him and Taker is the vehicle.
For sure.
So I look at it like this. The high spot that we just did just goes to show that there's going to be a bigger spot at WrestleMania.
For sure.
That I just go like, I'm not. It's a big show, so like, yes, do the big shit at the big shows. Mm-hmm. But I'm still not someone who's all about like people doing like crazy mad bumps and aerial shits. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan at all.
As far as the pillow punches go, I think he might have listened to the show because he threw a jab at Taker when he was looking for the monitor.
I saw that too.
Yeah, that busted his eye up.
Yeah,
he was bleeding.
That.
So fresh wound right there from Taker. We might see some blood at Mania, I would say.
He took a lot. I mean, but here's the thing. Was that Taker rope-a-doping,
Sure.
Was he rope-a-doping? Yeah. Because, he doesn't sell those punches worth a fuck. And then, when he tossed his ass out the ring, it just goes to show, it's like, you're in the ring with the big dog now, you know your role. So, I mean, if we're looking at this match, and if we go to the prediction...
Vince with Renee in the back was the last we saw of this feud. Vince was supposed to get interviewed by Renee, but then Shane came and interrupted, and they had kind of a heart-to-heart there where, Shane just pretty much gets in his face, Vince gets in his face, and they have like a last-minute words. But as far as predictions go, Peter, what'd you think?
Let's skip that the little those things like that backstage. I don't care if shit about
that.
Okay, let's stick to just to stick to the topics.
I got you.
Of the show. I guess the Mania and then the show itself and stuff. My prediction is that Taker wins. I got Taker winning this, and maybe it's like a bunch of clicks and whistles and things like that. The cage could cover up a lot of things, and you got Shane McMahon probably like jumping off of this and jumping off of that, and you got Kane, Taker probably taking some bumps himself. Not a lot of bumps, but his share of bumps. But if someone shows up and interferes, I'll be highly disappointed. It better be somebody worth fucking breaking into the cage. But Taker can't lose. He can't lose. He can't lose to Shane McMahon. And at the same time, the only time he should lose is to fucking Brock Lesnar. It's the Undertaker. He owns this. He owns the fucking WrestleMania.
I completely agree. Would you want to have your one of two losses ever be Brock Lesnar and then the other one be Shane McMahon? I mean, obviously...
You get Tyler Breeze in there.
Yeah, that throws it all off. I think you've been building this character 20 years plus, and a lot about that character is this WrestleMania streak. Yeah, you had Brock Lesnar beat him, but that was to make Brock Lesnar. Shane's 46. He's not got a lot of Manias in him, and he didn't put a lot of Manias to begin with. I'm going to go with Taker. I think Taker's going to win.
But I wouldn't be surprised if the McMahon name going over.
I mean, there'd have to be some bullshit. I'm not going to sit there and like at Mania, WrestleMania night, be pissed if like all this shit happened. I'd love it, just like last year with the NWO and DX and everything happening. But at the same time, I think Taker's going to win. I don't see them changing it. I think this is just to get them to this is just to set that marquee match for Mania.
This is not a blow-off feud, though. It's not a blow. This is a blow-off match, but it's not a blow-off feud. You over there? Get over there?
Yeah, I picked the wrong beer up.
And now Jesus Christ!
I'm sorry, guys. It's Mania week.
Yeah, I see. And I think the storyline, if the Authority could be around for fucking 3 years, the struggle for the company between son and father can last a little bit longer, so to speak.
Sure,
I mean, I see the struggle for the title, for the company to last a little bit longer. It doesn't end there. If he loses the match, he doesn't win Raw, but it's not the last time. It's not the only thing. It's not the only thing that prevents him from getting this. It's like, well, here's another way you can get this company.
Yeah,
there's this way you can get this company. It's like, whatever. He can lure you up. He could do a whole bunch of things. He could take, because even in the back when he's like, I take your, like, you stole this from your father, I'm going to take it from you. Maybe, just maybe, that'd be an ongoing storyline as how Shane can take the company, if not steal it, like he did WCW, how he went behind his pop's back and bought the company. Yeah,
I can totally see something like that happening. But that wasn't like the top of the show was definitely a big talking point.
So go. What you said? Sorry, I apologize. Go for it.
I was gonna say the top of the show was definitely a big talking point, but there were several other big matches made, finalized, if you will.
Which ones?
There was two. There was at first we're probably gonna talk about the Divas 10 lady match.
And then what was the other one?
Oh, well, we'll get to it.
No, just go ahead and say it. I don't want to go bulletin for bulletin.
No, it's not bullet. It's not. Okay. It's the Team Bad and Team Blonde. You got Team Bad. You got Summer Rae. You got Emma from NXT getting called up. Mm-hmm. Lana versus Paige, Natty, and Fox and Bree, and then newly announced Natty Marie, Eva Marie. They had a match with Paige and Emma. Paige lost, and then through that, Eva Marie got announced, came out, got booed with the Brooklyn crowd, of course. You Can't Wrestle chants and everything. You said you loved it.
I did. But what was the other match that two matches? Two new matches.
And we're probably gonna get to a Y2J and AJ.
Y2J and AJ. Okay.
Well, but with the Divas ladies tag, I mean, it wasn't much to go with here. Just a little segment. Definitely seems like a clusterfuck. I mean, with Lana on the other side and Tamina on the other side, I don't give a shit if Eva Marie's on one side. There's tons of ladies that actually can't wrestle in this match. I think this is just a thing to throw on the pre-show. An hour of the pre-show is going to be on USA Network. So if I'm flipping through channels at Sunday night and I see that there's this big arena full of people cheering on hot women, I might buy the pay-per-view. I can totally see why they're doing it. I think they're going to probably just give the nod to the Total Divas. Who do you have in this match?
It doesn't really matter, honestly. I think we lose. I think we lose as for watching it because it's supposed to have been Lana and Nikki. Brie. And if I do have to see which one goes over, it's definitely Total Divas because that's the show. They got to put the brand over.
Yeah. Sure.
Eva Marie, I think what's great about her is that she's as polarizing as Roman Reigns. And the heat that she brings, the average heel wish that she has this heat. You wish you had the heat that Eva Marie did. She ain't done nothing really to deserve that heat, but she got it.
Oh, well, she's really, really bad at wrestling.
I don't think that's a good enough. You booing her at that magnitude does her more favor than it does not. I'm on record to say, the more polarizing you are, the more money. When you saw 2 weeks ago,
I don't think she's polarized. No, it was a chorus of boos. I think
that's great.
I would say 90% boo her. That's not polarizing.
That's great. That's
majority booing her. But I think she's like, okay. When they were talking about the Freebirds going in the Hall of Fame this year, against the Von Erichs, you knew, even though as much as you hated the Freebirds, that it was going to be a good match. You it's going to be a bad match with Eva Marie. I can't see anyone ever buying a ticket because Eva Marie's there.
But you're not buying your ticket to see Eva Marie wrestle.
Exactly. You're not buying a ticket to see Eva Marie wrestle.
You're buying a ticket to watch her get her ass kicked. And, you talk about 2 weeks ago, and, when Asuka was in there, it was like Asuka and Bayley versus Eva Marie and Nia Jax. When Asuka was laying out whooping on fucking Eva Marie, that place was losing its mind. Losing its mind. You know how many people hate The Miz? They just want to see him get his face punched in? That's good stuff. That's good stuff. That's so good for him to be so hated that people will pay and put a just to see his ass kicked, not to see his wrestling, even though I think he's great. But people not show up to see him, but if he's on the card, they want to see him get his ass kicked. And Eva Marie's in the same boat. Motherfuckers would show up, boo her, cheer as she gets her ass whooped, and then she'd be on the next card while people pay their good money to see her get her ass whooped. I think it's great. I think it's great.
I might be wrong, but I don't think anyone's gonna pay money to see. I mean, you saw it with the Miz on 27, and I mean, they thought they could do it with Great Khali to see him get his ass kicked, and none of those. I mean, Great Khali's not there anymore. Miz went from main event all the way down to a 7-man.
But like I think what worked against Miz was the fact he was between John Cena and The Rock, and he was only a buffer between the two. I don't think he was supposed to get the rub. I think he got a little bit of a rub because of his reality television background, and the guy is a good spokesperson. He loves the company, but he was. When the roulette spun around, they said, "Yo, we need a buffer in between these two guys," and the Miz ticked up to that fucking point.
Yeah, sure.
He said, "Hell yeah, let's do this." So I look at Total Divas winning, and anyone who really believes the idea that even Marie, like the plan in the back and the out of touch like main roster talent creative. And Vince McMahon and Dunn thinking that Eva Marie's return
was going to get cheered.
Yeah, like you're an idiot. They knew she was going to get booed.
I think
there's no way in hell.
Yeah, there's NXT is a litmus test. They saw the litmus test, came up like heel as fuck.
That's why they brought her up.
Exactly.
They knew she was money.
No, exactly. Yeah, they knew, and then like you could tell by the way that the other Total Divas acted when she was there. They were like, well, "What the fuck? Fuck this girl," you know. So they like obviously. In unison, were reacting the same way the crowd was. Mm-hmm. So that's a way to tell.
God, it was so great. That's so great.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was for the reaction they were supposed to get. I mean, I don't see any other way we would be talking about this segment otherwise.
I talk about this segment because I loved it. I loved it.
I'm saying with Eva Marie not there, if they had like a Nikki return or some other woman. I don't think we'd be talking about it.
Yeah, Brie, Nikki's done, and Brie, this is her send off to sort of add.
That's what they said.
Add on.
That's the rumor is that they're still going to be with the company, but not wrestling with the company and all that.
I'm happy for Emma. I'm definitely happy for Emma.
Got called up from. She had a rough year or two.
2 years, man.
Yeah, so she went back down to NXT, and now she's back. And I mean, I don't think she wrestled on WrestleMania when she was in the main roster the first time. So this is her.
My only question is she's going to be a women's wrestler or a diva? Because now they do 2 women's segments, it's the diva segment, and then there's the women's segment.
I think she's skilled in either category. If you want to ask my opinion,
I don't think she has the personality to be a diva. I don't think she has the diva personality, and in her tag, her sort of mini faction with what's her name?
Mini faction.
Yeah, her partner down at NXT.
Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke. She's playing this role, but it's more Dana Brooke with the personality and the charisma of being an asshole than, say, Emma. Emma is kind of like the hype woman, but she just happens to know how to wrestle really well. I think she'll do hella well in the women's wrestling division, but I don't see her like being champion anytime soon. I think she'll be sort of enhancement for, say, the other women that comes up, because she can be, I wouldn't say the Miz. I'm talking about, like,
a good win.
A good win. I think she could be a good win. She could be a Luke Harper.
Sure. I mean, whatever role is good. I mean, I've enjoyed Emma mostly for the last few years. I think she's great. But that wasn't the only match announcement. We had Zack Ryder versus Chris Jericho with AJ Styles coming out to distract. And because of that distraction, Zack Ryder picks up the win.
Finally. Well, I don't think it's as important as Zack getting the win as much as AJ Styles causing Chris Jericho to fucking lose. Because it seems that people congratulate Jericho on not going over so often.
Yeah.
It's like, not in this feud. He's getting his wins. You better believe he's getting his win. It's sickening because it's like AJ Styles, the hottest free agent on the market. He's getting fucking tooled out, and it's a shame. And not only does he breaks the fucking Styles Clash, and then he beats him. He beats him twice. Oh, wait a minute. How many times did
AJ won once. I think Jericho won twice. I'm not sure if that's right, but yeah.
No. AJ won the first. Jericho won the second. AJ won the third, but it was at a cost of his Styles Clash getting kicked out of. But he's looked like a fool. I just go, way to kill this kid's momentum, but I don't think he cares. He's not special anymore in terms of how he's been booked. He's just another hand on deck. And because of the opportunity just to even be in the company, I just see AJ Styles just kind of being a yes man. Yeah, dude. But he's not going to try to protect himself.
He does get a one-on-one match against Chris Jericho at Mania, former world champion, a guy who's main evented Manias before. I mean, who do you got? I mean, it boils down to AJ calling him out and Y2J accepting because he was so pissed off the Ryder loss. But I'm going to say, I mean, it shows that, I mean, Chris Jericho doesn't mind putting people over. And I feel like this is the hottest free agent. The story is AJ winning, and I'm gonna say AJ.
I got Jericho winning this, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see. I think WWE's arms are tied to put him in this sort of spot because they gave him the lump share of cash. But they don't see money in that guy. I don't think they see money in him at all.
Yeah.
Jericho is what he is. He's Chris Jericho. He's Y2J. Him as a heel right now is some of his best work. And it's like, it's too good to where it looks like his farewell heel, like Batista. Or like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the getting got good and they heel, they took an exit. So, I mean, he's not going to go anywhere. AJ Styles ain't going to go nowhere. But I guarantee next year he'll be in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
Okay.
Yeah, man, dude. Or they would have done something already with him, man.
We'll see. But Zack Ryder takes the win, looking strong into the 7-man IC ladder match. We got Kevin Owens, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Sin Cara, of course Zack Ryder, Miz, and Stardust. And everyone other than Zack Ryder was involved in the 6-man, the main event of the show. I thought it was pretty good. They started chanting CM Punk and everything. But if you noticed, once Zayn got tagged in, they kind of quieted down, and then the Olay chant started. And that kind of, I think that shows something that happened.
Nah, that was fucking, I mean, we're jumping like that.
But I mean, this was a great match. What did you?
No, it wasn't a great match. It was it was on too late, and it was too distracting from the crowd. And Brooklyn, fuck you. You know, like, it sucks.
I don't know. I thought Sin Cara did a great job here. And then the story of the match here, Dolph Ziggler took out the Miz with the super kick.
It was a 22-minute match. 22 minutes.
I don't know, man.
And it kept going and going as the crowd was more and more being assholes. And I get it. The in-ring was awesome. But it was too distracting that the Brooklyn crowd to sit there and shit on those guys. Sami Zayn looks like a fucking geek again, right? Mm-hmm. Fucking Kevin Owens, he performed well, but like in this fucking hostile crowd, you know, you would think the two, just at least having those two in there, would be enough to sort of like get them to respect those guys. But you know, Stardust is a stretch, right?
Sure. Well,
Sin Cara is a stretch.
Miz, I thought Sin Cara killed it.
No, but like, who cares about?
But I'm saying Miz and Stardust left, which led to Zayn reversing the pop-up powerbomb and pinning Kevin Owens in the middle of the ring. Definitely teasing tension for the Mania match, but then Zayn won the match here, and I think Zayn's going to win on Sunday.
Tension for who?
I mean,
the tension's already there.
They just had Owens and Zayn. I mean, they were teasing it the whole match. They just had him touch right there on Raw.
Oh yeah, finally they touched. I thought, yeah, you know.
And I'm saying Zayn's gonna win on Sunday. I think Zayn's losing to Nakamura, and that's gonna just like I'll give why, but what, like, just because, like on SummerSlam, a la Kevin Owens losing the ladder match against Finn Balor but beating Cena, it's going to be Zayn losing against Nakamura but winning the ladder match. And I think then you're going to have Owens versus Zayn for the IC title, moving forward after Mania. And I think that's the way it's going. I think Zayn's winning. Who do you got, Peter?
Zack Ryder.
Zack Ryder, okay.
Zack Ryder's going to get the rub here. The only person that's somebody, you look at the momentum, very much like Emma, and Emma too, like they're dating, and they're kind of on the same path to where at one point they were getting some momentum. Emma, because, they were trying to go her with the Santina Morella, and, imitation. They were running with her. Then she shoplifted, and then that fucked her up. Zack Ryder, he put out the fucking Zack Ryder videos that got him over like a motherfucker. It was against WWE's will. They fucked him over. What they did to that kid was criminal. It really was. The next thing you know, he's getting shoved off a fucking ramp.
I was really excited to see him. Yeah.
He got shoved off the ramp. I'm not excited to see him. I'm not. They had their chance. They could have striked it when it was hot, and now they're trying to like go back to him. Because if you look at all these guys, Sami Zayn, you look at he looks like a geek. They're doing it's some of the worst build for a debut guy that's supposed to be your future white meat baby face moving forward. Horrible debut. And you got Stardust. Who the fuck is about Stardust? You take two guys in Owens. You take a guy in who the Miz.
You got Dolph in there. You got former world champions.
Yeah, Dolph is still in the doghouse. Anybody who fucking believes that this guy isn't out of the doghouse yet is out of their mind. The only person I think that they can get in there that they will feel good, and with the momentum of him going down to fucking NXT, coming back up, getting this fucking opportunity, moving forward. Maybe it's going to be a short reign, but maybe they're going to give him that WrestleMania win. If it's anyone who's deserving, again, he's no star, they fucked him up. But if there was one person in an entire flock that deserved that moment, for that one moment, because the WWE fucking cut the legs off from under him when the time where he would have been having that WrestleMania moment, it's fucking Zack Ryder. Sure. I say that, and it's a shame because he's no fucking star. He's not a star.
I definitely agree. Well, I don't agree with that part, but I definitely agree that there's no one more deserving. But I definitely think it's just going to Zayn. I think that someone being deserving is not on their radar, and that's how I feel about that. But IC title match is not the only title match up for grabs at Mania. We got a bunch of title matches. We even have the Divas title feud going underway with Charlotte with Rick there, Becky Lynch versus Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks on commentary. It pretty much boils down to Becky chasing Charlotte around the ring. Once Charlotte slides in the ring, Becky tries to slide into the ring but gets her feet held by Ric Flair, the dirtiest player in the game, and that leads to a distraction. Charlotte wins. Sasha talking mad shit on commentary the whole time. I mean, you really didn't have to do much to build this feud, but I think they did very little to build this feud on Raw. Yeah, I'm already sold on this match. I want to see this match. I know these ladies can go, and I know they've been probably holding back since the summer, and it got announced on TV that they were joining the main roster and everything. But with that said, who do you got, Peter? Becky, Sasha, or Charlotte at Mania?
I got Flair retaining.
You got Flair?
Yeah.
I'm going Sasha.
And it was just funny too because this should be a babyface night. All the babyfaces should win. This WrestleMania, send the people home happy. Mm-hmm. But if I could pick one heel to take away a victory, it's Ric Flair. It's
Charlotte.
I say Ric Flair, but Charlotte Flair. There's time. Depending on who she chooses to move forward with in the feud, will it be Becky? Will it be Sasha? I don't know. I still think the whole Sasha Banks thing is in the air with what they really ultimately want to do with her. Her fucking uncle's going into the Hall of Fame.
And it's supposed to be coming out with the entrance.
Yeah, so maybe that could be a thing, but maybe it could work against her to where they look towards her being kind of a gimmick wrestler moving forward. And not necessarily someone to take serious, even though we want Sasha chance. I fear Sasha's future. I really do. But she's young. I think she has a lot of time to grow into whatever direction they want to really put her in. But she's still an enigma. I think she's a total enigma to the WWE, or they wouldn't be doing something with her individually.
I think this is her year. I think she's winning. I think they have it as a 3-way to stand out, to build the full story of these are the 3 women that came up and these are the 3 women that are doing it. And then the Snoop Dogg. I think the Snoop Dogg entrance like solidifies it as this is the one who's winning. I'm going Sasha, but we also have a U.S. title feud: Ryback and Kalisto at Mania. Kalisto looking strong, winning against Connor in the Ascension with the.
He didn't look strong. He went up against Connor.
I mean, he won the match with his big move, the De La Soul, and
Salida del Sol. Yeah.
Ryback comes out. U.S. title feud. Who you got, Peter?
Who goes over? We all lose. We all lose.
I'm going Kalisto. Here.
Yeah, we all lose, but Kalisto goes over. It's just stupid. I wouldn't be surprised they give it to Ryback though. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay, and then we have the tag title feud, the New Day. They come out, they cut a promo. Biggie mentions Fife Dog.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of cool. And then you had Kofi versus Del Rio. I really like this match. I definitely like the spot where Del Rio spills to the outside and they play the La Cucaracha.
Oh, I didn't like that.
You didn't like that? I thought that was funny.
I thought that was fucked up.
I just thought like the Del Rio face and the way.
Yeah, why did the fuck he leave the first time?
Well, because
call me sensitive. I mean, call me sensitive. I spoke about this, and
that was because of some shit that happened in the back. But
yeah,
he also,
but you don't do that.
He also calls
I don't agree with that.
I mean, he's done several promos calling people that he's disliked, like he's gonna squash them like a cockroach and everything. So to have him bundle out to the outside and then to have them just like play a little song for him to get pissed at, I think it shows his character a little bit.
I think it was a bad look. I think it was in poor taste. Now, if you're entertained, I'm not saying you shouldn't be entertained. I personally just thought it was in bad taste. But Kofi goes down in flames.
No, Kofi.
He goes down in flames. Yeah, you're right.
Kofi wins with the roll up.
He reverses the arm breaker.
Which the past 3 weeks on Raw, the New Day have gotten the victory. But with that said, and I mean, Coach comes out and dances with them, says the ESPN's going to be there at Mania Week. Yeah, Sports Center's going to be there at Mania Weekend. And I'm going to say that they're all behind the New Day right now. They're turning face, so it's kind of, I think it's revived them a little bit. I think I think the League of Nations are just there to put over the New Day. And I'm going New Day. Who do you got, Peter?
New Day. I got New Day.
Okay.
I mean, I don't really have much invested in this match per se. If anything, I'm curious about the future of the League of Nations after this feud. I feel like this is going to be one of those matches where something happens within, maybe a meltdown within the League of Nations to finally break them up and to get them in their solo things again. Who defects, because the match itself, again, is 3-on-4. I thought for the longest time they were going to try to do like a 2-on-2, and maybe they get a fourth person, but it ends up being a handicap match. That's the gimmick. But there's no gimmick attached. There's no title defense, is it? No, it's just a basic.
I think I'm not.
Yeah, there's no title defense. I think it's just a retribution match. The talks is also that there's a possibility that The Rock may be involved in this New Day thing. So I don't know. I'm not looking forward to that. But I see the babyface New Day getting a lot of rub this year. That sounded really weird.
No, I know what you mean, though.
But this story isn't about the New Day going forward. I think the storyline is going to be about what happens with the League, what happens with Rusev. I guess my question is, if let's just say the shit hits the fan, who turns babyface out of the League of Nations? Who's the guy who
The only one I feel like you can really do it with, I mean, you flip-flop Sheamus forever. I feel like Barrett's leaving. Rusev doesn't work. The only one you can really push is Del Rio, if you're going to do that. But I think, I don't really know what they're going to do with League of Nations. It's kind of like a spotty thing to begin with. I mean, it's kind of just thrown together. They're kind of like the upper card social outcasts, I would say.
No, I don't see it like that. I think they're strong. I mean, once you think about it, it's the fact that these guys get paid so much, especially Del Rio, and individually they all have their own like qualifications to be pushed, but for some reason they just don't get it right with them because they're only focusing on like certain people. That was just weird.
I gotta take a break actually, man. I've been gotta spring a leak. You want to cut it? You got to cut it. I'm just saying, being honest.
All right, y'all. So, moving forward, how many matches we got left?
We got like about 4 matches.
4 matches left. 4 matches and 4 matches and 4 matches. This WrestleMania, so far with what we've gone through, how does it look to you? Like, so far, like the finalized matches that we've done so far, because there's 11 fucking matches on this card. We got the pre-show, we got the pre-show, we got the show that itself. Mm-hmm. So what we've gone through right now, if you were to rate it so far, it is what is it? From 1 to 10, what are you giving it?
Well, yeah, without the matches we've already talked about, you got the Taker and Shane match. I would say it's from 1 to 10. I mean, it's like a solid regular pay-per-view show. I'm gonna have to say it's a solid Backlash. A great night of champions. Things like that. So, you know what I mean? So I would say like a 7 in terms of WrestleMania, about an 8.5 in terms of other pay-per-views. You know, like in terms of WWE pay-per-view, it's pretty good, but I mean, Manias. I mean, we were saying this about last year's Mania. I wanna hold out hope, but it doesn't. It looks more of a 27 than it does a WrestleMania 3.
I would say so far it's a 2, and that's me being generous. And I'm not being hateful or spiteful or like contrarian. I just go like from last week in the conversation that we had. This is not a star-driven show. There's nothing really to look forward to. If you like in-ring, but then again, there's only a couple of in-ring matches worth a damn. I would say AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens is probably the only in-ring match. No, sorry, I apologize. AJ Styles versus Jericho, that's what I said, right? Is the only match, really. And it should, the only match worth a damn. I don't give a shit about a ladder match with with 2 dudes that I care about and a bunch of jabronis. I don't care to see Shane and Undertaker in Hell in a Cell. That doesn't excite me at all. So, and that Divas versus Total Divas Battle Royal, I mean, they'll get no fluff in that. Even though it's Eva Mania, it's fluff. There's no stars. I mean, there's only one real star-driven match. And it's all because of a guy who's Triple H, who's, de facto star. What I know and Brock Lesnar, right? And have we already talked about Brock Lesnar?
We have not.
Okay, so let's move on to what we at.
Well, I mean, the first guy you mentioned was Triple H, the de facto star. He tried to come out and cut that promo, got Roman chased him off, and then in the back, the Dudley Boys kind of like lured him in. And then he got jumped. How do you feel about this Roman Reigns? This guy chasing Triple H all over the goddamn place, like stalker. He's channeling his inner Brian Pillman, right? I don't know. I mean,
Are you a fan of this? Is this about to get him over?
I definitely like it more than just like clean cut, like putting. What did he put? Poop in the tea or whatever after the Shield broke up. And,
he put a spike in the tea.
Yeah,
fucking rape drug.
Yeah, so that's like weird, and so I definitely like it more than that. Do I like it enough to be okay with the number one babyface? I mean, no, but I mean, I've like accepted that's who they're gonna push. I wouldn't It's like beyond I'm not gonna boo him. I'm not gonna cheer him. I just know that that's the guy they're pushing. So I'm like kind of just gonna probably just. I'm not really excited about this match at all, man.
I am. I'll be honest. It's probably outside of again Styles and Jericho. Mm-hmm. If I was to look at like the stakes and look at who have we been talking about for the past 2 years. Who's been the wedge in between getting what we want and getting what we've been getting versus Triple H's position and all this stuff? It's about Roman Reigns. Like, the adventure of Roman Reigns is probably by far the most painstaking and interesting adventure that we've had in quite some time. Because outside of, say, what they were doing with Gina Cena, U.S. Open Challenge, just an intriguing storyline. This has been it. And the conversations of Roman Reigns. So now they're put in a position right now, the talks is like, what goes last? If I was to say what went last, because the company's on the line, is the steel cage match. I think it should go last because it's for the company, right? Not necessarily championship.
He said it's for like control of Raw.
Yeah, but basically, they've also added this. This is part of the lip service of Vince. He's like, well, essentially, if you want Raw, essentially, he's going to own the company. I mean, it's the epicenter of the business, Monday Night Raw. So I would like to know at the end of the show what direction and who's in control of the company. Not necessarily who's the champion, but the fact that Roman Reigns may win this and close and just see this epic debacle. I'm so excited about seeing it. And it's going to be a good match. I think it's going to be a fantastic match.
So you're going Roman?
I'm going Roman Reigns all day. Hell yeah. It's set up for him to win. Now, is this going to be a Sting match, though? Is this going to be Sting versus Triple H? Is it going to be a bunch of clicks and whistles and all this and everything? Because if you noticed, over the past couple of weeks, he's had people do his bidding to sort of get over on Roman Reigns, unless, his fucking driver refuses to lock the door in the back.
Or drive, yeah.
Yeah. He's gotten basically the Wyatts to do his bidding. He's got the League of Nations to do his bidding. And just last week, he got the fucking Dudley Boys to do his bidding.
Yeah.
Who does the bidding this time? Someone has to come in. Why would you book the last 3 weeks of someone doing his bidding if it's not going to happen in the title? Because Hook or Crook, it's not about his whole career. Ain't about winning clean.
Yeah,
it's not. It's about fucking bullying the ref, just like in fucking wrestling is a ref. Bullying the ref, low blows, and hitting people in the head with a sledgehammer. How did he beat Sting last year?
I think he broke the sledgehammer, but some kind of bullshit.
He hit him in the head with a sledgehammer. It was a super kick into the sledgehammer and to the pedigree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Hook or Crook, and then the odds are going to be stacked, but Roman Reigns is still going to take the victory.
Okay, yeah, I definitely think Roman is going to win too. I mean, there's why? I mean, I think the whole reason Triple H won it in the first place was because he was already feuding with Roman Reigns in the Rumble. So I'm definitely, I just think as much as everyone hates it, they want.
I want it.
They want Reigns. They want Reigns to win. I think they want.
Oh, you mean the company wants Reigns to win?
No, I think the company wants Reigns to win, and I think through this kind of confusion, I think that at this point people want Roman Reigns to win. They've already talked about, oh man, I want to boo him. I want to go and boo him. I want to boo his ass. So I think they want to go. They're clamoring to boo him.
I'm
clamoring for him to win, ironically, so they can boo him.
Yes, yes, that's great.
Yeah.
One of the biggest debacles. I want to see it. I definitely want to see it. But if we're talking even this match, is there not necessarily a return to in-ring action, but is there a distraction by a Seth Rollins?
I mean, it all depends on who's getting healthier. I definitely see someone on the injured list coming out as a surprise. I mean, Cena has a history of being, not for necessarily this match, but Cena definitely has a history of being coming back quick. I mean, Orton, I don't know how long he was hurt. Rollins, he was projected a long while up until SummerSlam. Anyone else? I don't, Sting coming out of retirement, but he's going to the Hall of Fame. Anyone else I don't see as big of a deal, especially, for a world title match in Mania to come out. So besides those four guys, unless they want to do a thing, I totally see one of them coming out at some point, but I don't know who. And I don't know...
Jon Stewart?
I think it's going to be Cena somehow coming out.
It's going to be somebody. It's going to be his entrance too is another thing. Triple H and WrestleMania is two things: his match and his entrance. What we going to get this year? Because like what is. Because last year was like what is
he did the Terminator
because they were doing
2 years ago he did like the gold. I think we're gonna get Ultra. I mean, especially that Lemmy died. I think it might be Ultra Motorhead out.
You think it's gonna be Motorhead out?
I mean, Motorhead played him to the ring at 1 year at Mania. I think it was like 18 or 19. Played him to the fucking ring at Mania. So I can talk. And he spoke at Lemmy's funeral. Lemmy, I mean, Time to Play the Game.
So he's going to show
Time to Play the Game. That's Motorhead's song. And then Bow Down to the King. That's Motorhead's song.
Oh yeah.
So he's got So he's got two Motorhead songs.
Evolution.
Yeah. So like he has pretty much an EP's worth of Motorhead entrance themes. I think he's got.
He comes out in Lemmy. Because here's the thing, man.
I can totally see him doing the Lemmy mustache and maybe like a hat.
Yeah. But here's the thing, dude. Who's the fucking heel? He's gonna get over like a fucking baby face, like a son bitch, and he comes out in memory of Lemmy.
Well, I mean,
come on.
The rumors of him of Roman turning is a big thing too.
I don't believe in a heel turning of Roman.
Well, you heard what happened. Apparently on SmackDown, they piped in boos. They said that people weren't booing Reigns enough in Boston.
Well.
That's the thing. That's like a kind of like a conspiracy within a conspiracy.
Well, I don't know. I'm thinking to a certain extent they ain't got to do too much piping of too much noise. You know, it's like there's enough booze in the building. I mean, there's sometimes they don't. I mean,
booze are in the building.
Yeah, booze, not ooze, booze.
I mean,
so I don't know, and so I'm trying to think. Are they connected to a movie at all this year or anything of that nature?
I mean, there are movies that are coming out. I know The Rock has some coming out, but as far as like Arnold getting inducted in the Hall of Fame, Terminator kind of shit.
Yeah, but then
I don't think that's going down.
Yeah, who's? Oh yeah, it ain't no telling. I guess we're just gonna have to wait, or we're gonna look at the fact that he's. Fuck. Is he gonna come out as if he's Superman? He's gonna come out as he's Batman. I guarantee.
Like kind of like a la Rey Mysterio and all that.
He's gonna come out like he's Batman because he's going up against Lex Luthor. I figured it out because you got the fucking Superman. You got Superman, the Superman punch, and Roman Reigns. He's gonna come out. It's gonna be a Lex Luthor themed fucking entrance.
I mean, goddamn, maybe.
And he's gonna have, yep. He's gonna have his cronies come out, and it's gonna be Lex Luthor. Yep, I'm telling you. And he's gonna have kryptonite around his neck too. He's gonna do it. That's my bold prediction. And I think that prediction. And how long does it take him to get to the ring? Who gets to the ring first, Undertaker or Triple H? Who gets there the fastest?
Ah, shit. I mean. That's all about the time. You just set your clocks for those guys.
Yes. So if you're listening, set your clocks.
I'm saying post 3 for all of them. I think it's going to take at least 3 to 5.
It's going to hit the post. It's going to be nose to nose. And I think the Undertaker is going to take longer by like a hair of a second, man. A hair of a second. I think it's going to be. So. And plus, just to mention in the promo too, he took a jab. He definitely took a jab at every other match. Especially the Vince.
Yeah, he said this was the. I mean, yeah, when Triple H came out,
there's only one match.
He said this is the one that people came to see. He said, I'm not a fan of Triple H promos, but I would say this is the upper echelon of Triple H promos, where he's just like, your dream is my obsession. Like, you may dream to win this one day, but you could win it off of me, and I'm still going to obsess over having it. I thought that was a great point to make, especially the fact that he's won so many and Reigns is the challenger. He tried really, really hard to get Reigns to be cheered in this Brooklyn crowd, and it just didn't happen. But, yeah, I mean, I think Triple H has done a great job with, Dean and Ziggler and these promos and everything. I think Hunter's pushed this feud as far as he can take it. And Reigns has done what he's done. They definitely held off on Reigns, especially with
he didn't talk at all.
Yeah, especially with the build of roadblock and everything.
They give him 2 fucking segments doing the same fucking thing. Basically the same segment twice, and a brawl breaks out. He doesn't get to say a single word. This is the go-home show.
I did like the big dive, like the Taker-like dive over the top rope on everybody. But
he did this with the Shield.
Yeah, other than that, that segment fell flat. Especially because... You had, I know we already talked about how Miz and Stardust are only in a 7-man title feud, but, it just made everyone look weak. You got the Dudleys trying to fight the Usos, you got Miz and Stardust trying to fight, whoever they're trying to fight, you got the League of Nations fighting whoever they're fighting. The fact that they give a fuck enough about Triple H's shit to come and defend him puts all their feuds,
Of course! That's the whole point!
I know, that's the whole point.
How many times have they stood out on the ramp?
Yeah, I just think that's weak. I think you, regardless if it means anything to us, it should at least mean something to them. And if you show and you broadcast on the television,
he's COO.
If you broadcast on the television that it doesn't mean anything to you, and Triple H's match means more than you, then why do I care about you? And then when Triple H is in his 50s. What's going to happen?
And once you think about it, you're no Brock Lesnar versus Undertaker. This is Roman Reigns versus Triple H. Enough to have, we're not dealing with the unstoppable force versus the immovable object here.
And plus, that was a Mania match to get to that hype. There was a Mania match that happened to build to that hype.
Oh, well.
This is building to a Mania. But a big part of the Dudley, Hunter and Reigns feud, the Usos and the Dudleys keep showing up on either side. I definitely see this match as a pre-show match. It's going to be on USA. A fraction of the pre-show is going to be on USA.
Is there a stipulation?
Not yet. SmackDown still has to go, but the whole week still has to draw out. But
SmackDown.
I can totally see them just putting this match on USA to kind of, for the announcers to hype up the fact that the main event for Mania. If you're trying to get people to buy the WrestleMania, you're going to have an hour on USA. Why not put the Dudleys, who have shown themselves on Triple H's side, and then the family of Roman Reigns come out just as the first match to hype up the last match, to hype up the main event, and also maybe 1 or 2 people buy, plus throw the Divas tag match on there.
I think it's going to be a tables match.
You think it's gonna be a tables match?
Gotta be a tables match. Well, that's the whole thing. And then the Usos go over, obviously, but I think the most important thing is what happens with the Dudleys after this match. Devon is gone. I think the Dudley boys' reign as a tag team in the WWE is done, and I think Bully Ray steps in. I think Bubba goes solo.
I can totally see something like that happening. But who do you think's gonna win the match?
Again, I get the Usos going over.
You got the Usos?
Yeah, but the Usos going over ain't crap compared to what's gonna happen with the Dudleys, or the fact that Bubba Ray is gonna just go on his own, because if you notice over the past 2-3 weeks, he's been talking more. He's becoming more of a heel. He's becoming more Bully Ray, and it's inevitable that I want to see a Bully Ray, a Bubba Ray solo run. I don't know how serious it's going to be, or he's just going to be another good win. He's going to be Luke Harper basically until Luke Harper gets healthy again.
Yeah, sure.
But his attitude, I love that attitude. How can you not root for that? How he was talking shit to Roman Reigns, and how he's talking shit in the ring, got yourself in a predicament, haven't you? That's badass, man. That's pretty badass. Sure. So we'll see moving forward. But that's the only thing I really care about. Who you got going over?
For a lot of the reasons you mentioned, I'm going Dudleys. I think this is their swan song. This is a way to get this is a way to get that cheap pop in the early going. People are going to show up and be like, oh, the Dudleys are wrestling. I remember them, and they're going to just cheer because they won. I think a lot of people are just going to be getting to their seats, and they're going to watch the 3D finish and pop.
No, and plus you have to take into consideration too. Who was the tag team of the year? The
Grammy-winning tag team of the year.
Yeah, they won a Grammy and they won a Slammy.
Yeah,
so there's no way they're going in flames. And again, the rest of to me is all babyface, like predictions.
I hear that. Well, I mean, they had that little segment on Raw with the Social Outcasts, and then
over the top battle royal.
Yeah, well, despite Big Show and Kane healing on each other last week, they're buddies teaming against each other this week. Riot ensues.
I don't think they were I don't think they were healing each other last week as much as Kane was making the point. Kane was making the point that every man for himself. Every man for himself. He drops him. He's like, "Hey, we're cool, but like every man for himself." And even here, but whatever. The clicks and whistles of this they want to build the drama between Big Show that no one fucking cares about and fucking Kane. It's all about Mark motherfucking Henry. I'm telling you, dude.
You say Mark?
He ran in. Yeah, he ran in, and they had to double choke slam his ass. They couldn't just take him out by themselves. They're in fucking Dallas, Texas. That's where his stomping grounds is, man. I told you. And I said this, and I'll say it again. When Mark Henry wins this motherfucker, because, again, the two people engraved on that's basically the second one, by the way.
Yeah, Cesaro and then Big Show.
No, well, the second trophy. It's like Francesca 2. It's like Andre 2, because the first one was demolished.
For sure.
There's only two names engraved. Cesaro, Big Show. Nothing ever came of those guys that year. I mean, even though the Big Show was in like the authority angle and some other stuff, it really wasn't something that fucking trophy did for him. It wasn't like a rub as much. It was more like him rubbing the trophy or whatever. I don't know. Mark Henry wins. It's his swan song. He fucking... His family runs into the ring. He's crying. The people he just threw out go in the ring to fucking congratulate him. They hoist him high in the sky. And finally, that fucking battle royal means something. And whoever wins post Mark Henry will get an actual rub. Will get a decent rub. It's like, I like to think that, but like, come on. I think it can happen. If they're smart, which we're talking about the WWE, they're not that smart all the time, or in most cases. They would give it a Mark Henry.
I see what you're saying there, but I think, someone who was missing from this Raw and is missing from this Mania card is the Wyatt family. I think Braun's winning. I think that's why they left him exclusive in that feud. I think in that tumble they had on Raw, and I think Braun's taking it. I'm going Braun Strowman.
Yuck. Next.
Well, I mean, we talked about everything.
Final four in the battle roll. Final four: Mark Henry, Kane, Braun.
No, I'll say Big Show, Kane. Braun, and then maybe
an NXT guy.
Like a Gold Dust or R-Truth.
Mark motherfucking Henry. What's up with your Mark Henry hate this week?
I don't hate Mark Henry. I'm just not like. I mean, I don't think so. I think his swan song was the belt. He did as much as he could, but they don't see it.
The swan song was the belt?
Yeah, remember when we won the belt like 5 years ago?
And lost to Orton? He was injured.
Yeah, the Hall of Pain.
One of the greatest heel runs.
Hall of Pain to Salmon Suit. That's what that was his marquee moment.
No pun intended, huh?
Yeah, marquee. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think, being an Olympian was cool. World's Strongest Man.
Nation.
Yeah.
Of Domination.
Yeah, Nation of Domination, Mae Young, Sexual Chocolate. Those are all cool shits. But Hall of Pain was definitely his peak. And I don't think he's willing to politically fight as much as we are fanatically able to fight for his push. And I think he's chill. I think he's too chill to go to Vince and be like, yo, I should win this. Where I think Vince wants Braun to win this.
No, I think there's going to be... I almost think that he's going to bum rush Vince. He's like, Vince! I'm winning this title, man. Because that's what I do. I'm home. I'm winning this. And Vince is like, all right. You know, like
maybe.
This guy is the world's strongest man. I don't care who the fuck is writing your checks. You still gonna fucking like fall to your knees and give that big motherfucker what they want. And as much as he's put over people over the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, past couple of years, the shit he went through, you know, the injuries, the comebacks, you know, having Roman Reigns spear 3 times through a fucking barricade to get him over. Mm-hmm. He's deserving of this, god damn it. Yes.
Well, just like Zack Ryder.
First round Hall of Famer too next year, Orlando.
Just like Zack Ryder, I don't think someone deserving plays into the radar.
You're gonna understand when Zack Ryder climbs that fucking ladder and snatches down that fucking belt. You're gonna see that. You'll be like, oh, Peter was right, and I'm always right.
Okay. Well, I mean, we got one more match going into Mania. We got Brock and Dean Ambrose in the street fight. I think Paul Heyman tried his best to put it over on Raw with the promo, saying he's not shooting from the hip. He's what did he say? It's a spoiler, just like he said 2 years ago. He said Brock is winning this match. And then Dean came out with his red wagon with the logo spray painted on it and collected, you know, the chainsaw, the barbed wire bat. He put the steps in there.
What's the? He made a comment.
This is a street fight.
He made a comment in the promo about weapons, about the use of the word weapon. I've never heard the use of the word weapon was something that was wrong.
I think that's coming. I think Paul Heyman is too old school for his own good in that. I think I remember a long time ago in WCW, they used to go foreign objects. And I think that now foreign objects, the thing is like you can't say weapons because it's a foreign object.
But they say weapons though.
Yeah, they totally say weapons now, and on video games you can play a weapons match. I think they're fine with the term weapons now, and I think Paul Heyman was kind of pulling from like early 90s kind of shit saying that. But I think but no one smartened him up. He might not have told anyone he was going to say that. But yeah, they totally say weapons now.
But that was like a gimmick too in his promo, like last week about the whole like why Terry Funk is still alive. Like he's just he had to pull something out to make it seem controversial. Hey man, the Paul Heyman promo, there should only be one. Say the any build, there should just be one or two. There should be the opening feud of the feud and the ending of the feud. It's a shame that Brock Lesnar hasn't spoke one word. It sucks, man. I don't expect him to be fucking Damian Sandow when he grabs the mic. Oh, he cuts shitty promos. It's like that's the status quo to say about, like, Roman isn't ready. Like, how many times do I need to hear that? I don't give a fuck if he's bad at cutting promos. I just want to hear the guy talk. That's all. Say something stupid. Suplex City, bitch. It seems like something every time that he says something, we wow and ooh and wow. But, like, for some reason, anytime he has to talk, oh, I don't want to hear him talk. Shut the fuck up, man. And I say this match is going to be 10 minutes. If it lasts 10 minutes long, it's going to be a epic failure. This guy ended the streak. This guy beat The Undertaker. This guy destroyed John Cena. This guy beat Triple H 2 out of 3 times. This guy has been nothing but a path to destruction. That's all he ever been. And you mean to tell me some receding hairline guy with a cup? I saw him rip a fucking car door off, man.
Yeah.
And some guy with a receding hairline and a fucking American flyer, an Ambrose flyer, is what I call it in the recap. You know, like the wagon, American flyer.
Oh, yeah.
Because it had,
odd. That was totally odd. Like
a fucking stairs fit in that motherfucker. That's how big that bitch was. Will they sell that on WWEshop.com? Is it going to be on WWEshop.com?
I hope. I mean,
the Ambrose flyer.
You should be able to buy an Ambrose flyer full of Booty-O cereal.
Full of Booty-O cereal, and the barbed wire bat is the spoon.
Yeah, just mix it on up. Yeah, exactly. I like where you're going with that. Yeah, hell yeah. So you're going Brock.
Oh, Brock's, what's going to happen is he's going to rope-a-dope and make you think that Ambrose has a chance, and then he's just going to demolish him. And I want him to really demolish him. Because what happened was, you won't look at Ambrose as looking weak as much as you saw him as being brave to face the beast. And what happens is, as Brock is beating him down, when he finally, Ambrose gets his good little 5 minutes in, and then we get to the final 2 minutes of just this epic beat down, blood, sweat, tears. You shoot the fans, got girls crying, motherfuckers emotional. Like, stop. Like, stop. That gets Ambrose over. He's gonna come back. His epic comeback is gonna be in his best. It's gonna be in his best interest. Does he get a rematch? Who's to say? I hope not. But he should never face Brock Lesnar after this ever again. Or depending on how long of a contract, if when Brock's last match happened, his last WWE match happens, it should be get Dean Ambrose, and Ambrose should go over there.
Okay, I'm thinking Dean's gonna win this one because I just think some tomfoolery is gonna happen. I think despite the Harper injury, I think they're gonna have Braun win the match, and that's gonna set up for the Wyatts to take Brock out. They were building for it at Rumble, and I think they thought the feud was so strong it's going to take them to SummerSlam. I think the Wyatt family's going to get involved somehow, and I think they're going to do something to get Dean over with all the bells and whistles of the street fight. I'm going Dean. I'm going Dean's going to win this match.
I say this, and I'll say this loud and as clear as possible. There's only going to be one match that has tomfoolery. And run-ins, and that's Triple H's match, right?
Not the Hell in a Cell or the street fight.
Maybe. I mean, the Hell in a Cell is always a dead giveaway that somebody's going to get involved. But if that may even be a stretch, right? You know what I'm saying? Anything else, ain't no one running in on nobody. Nobody's running in on shit. This street fight. And you look at, like, the whole idea of the Wyatts and this. The Wyatts are not a factor. If they do show up, oh, whoop-de-doo. Nothing's going to come of it. What, a feud with... Because they're all injured right now. Harper's injured. Bray Wyatt has a back issue right now. Braun Strowman. I mean, fuck no. No.
Okay.
Eric Rowan. No. They were held back for a reason. The key players are hurt. So there's no need to run in and do anything. I think Brock Lesnar, after this, is going to have a sabbatical. And we probably won't see him until, say, Capital Punishment?
Capital Punishment, okay.
Yeah, you mean, or, I'm saying, like, you got Over the Limit, the Money to Bank. Oh, we won't see... Money to Bank is before SummerSlam, right?
Yeah.
Yep. We won't see him until Money to Bank.
Well...
because the title picture again, all over again.
We'll see what happens. I mean, that's what I'm calling. But there you go. I mean, the only matches we really disagree with are Y2J and AJ. I got AJ. He's got Y2J. The Divas 3-way, Sasha, Charlotte. He's got Charlotte, and then Brock and Dean.
Man, I got a lot of heels winning.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. I mean, and then the Andre Battle Royal. But if you want to hit us up, tell us who you think, tell us your predictions and everything. I'll calculate it in and everything.
Also,
unless you beat us, and then
who makes it to the ring first?
Triple H.
Who gets there faster, or who gets there slower?
I'm going Taker. I'm gonna even go Taker. I mean, even with his slow walk, I'm saying that rise to the stage is gonna kill Triple H. So I'm gonna go Taker.
We're talking as soon as the music, as soon as the match, the presentation. Because
let's go music hits, or
no, right before. Because here's the thing.
Well, when the entrance
when it's time for them to walk out, like say take what they did last year with Triple H.
Let's say
they did a video, they did a little vignette of him like pointing out the crowd.
When the opponent turns to the stage.
No, when it's time for them to come out, any post-video vignette or anything.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Okay,
is
well,
included.
let's write that down. That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm going Taker. Are you saying? I'm saying Taker gets to the stage first.
Okay. The other one is, what was the other one? I don't think, was there another wacky one?
I have a few like what's the Rock gonna do and like.
Oh yeah, where's the Rock gonna show up?
Yeah.
Does he show up in Triple H Reigns, or did he show up in New Day?
Well, do you have Hunter or do you have Taker walk into the ring first?
Oh, I got to take. Oh, Hunter's gonna make it to the ring first,
okay.
But it's gonna be again nose to nose.
Nose to nose. Okay. Okay. Well, then what do you see The Rock doing? I mean, like, yeah, we already mentioned New Day. He might come out for the New Day, or
if they really want to do something cool with him, he would come out. That would be because they've already did a vignette. They already did a backstage maybe a year ago with Triple H and The Rock talking about being in Dallas, right?
And I mean, Roman Reigns is his cousin and everything.
And I'm not clamoring for a heel turn by Roman Reigns by any means. I'm just not. I think it's silly because the idea of us booing Roman Reigns isn't because he's babyface. We're cheering him. We're booing him because we don't want him in the top spot. As a heel, he's still a top spot. So we're gonna boo him as a heel too. I mean, turn him heel so we can cheer for him makes no sense. Oh, you need to turn him heel. You need to turn him heel. Well, if we're gonna boo him to go away, we're gonna still boo him to go away. It's just the fact that what's going on versus what's happening will be convoluted. You're booing him because you don't like him, not because he's turned heel. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't want to turn heel. He doesn't want to turn heel. I think he loved being babyface. The crowd cheers him in the house shows. He's mad hella over in the house shows. And he just did a fucking interview about like his perception, how the crowd perceives him. He goes, wrestling's for the kids, man. I'm here for the kids, the 12-year-olds. I don't answer to like grown men watching wrestling. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, in his last interview.
Yeah, I can totally see him saying that. Yeah.
So, which makes him that much more heel as a babyface than it does him going heel all day. I don't know. Keep him polarizing. Keep him people just not wanting him. Like Eva Marie, this fucking match made in heaven. Eva Marie should be Roman Reigns' valet. That would be epic. That would be so amazing, man. So amazing. You don't even understand how amazing that would be.
I think you're giving them both way too much credit.
I just love seeing that heat. I love it. I don't get to see heat anymore. Jericho's getting some heat now because he's an awesome heel. But that's it. The Miz, he's not even doing anything for you to focus on him being an asshole. Jericho is like the only guy getting heel heat. And now Eva Marie is getting heel heat. Roman Reigns is getting heel heat because people just don't want him at the top. But nevertheless, it's still heat. You put that, it'll be a black hole will appear. And it would just suck everything through it. Wrestling related. It'd be like the wrestling wormhole. Black hole that is Eva Marie and Roman Reigns. It'd be beautiful.
I don't think he's turning. I think they got a lot of money invested in him. I don't think. I don't know, man. I think you're giving Eva Marie too much of a compliment by saying polarizing. I don't know who cheers for her. I think everyone.
No one cheers. No, they give her heat. They give her heat. They hate her. They hate her. I love it.
Okay, well, I mean, there was a lot of hype. Remember when KFC made that sandwich with chicken, and then there was chicken in the middle, and like the bread was chicken. There was a lot of hype, but it didn't taste good, so they got rid of it quick. So I think this is a lot of hype for booing, but they're going to see her wrestle. They're
but you know what, though? But you know what's in that chicken? White meat. And that's Eva Marie. White meat.
Yeah, exactly. And that got rid of quick. They don't have that anymore.
Nah, man. They got rid of it because it was killing people. He was injuring people, but not killing people. People gonna show up to pay to fucking.
Mean, what do you think the best entrance is gonna be? Like, I mean, we've talked about. I mean, Taker, Triple H. I mean, you think Roman's gonna get a big one? Do you think? I mean, we already got Sasha coming out with Snoop Dogg. What do you think?
I feel like
because I mean, the entrance is the pageantry is a big part of Mania.
I feel like the League of Nations is gonna have the sleeper intro.
Yeah,
I think they're gonna be. I think they're gonna go all out.
I mean, Rusev definitely had the sleeper intro last year.
Oh man, I think the league because you're gonna have Rusev again. You're gonna have a Tank, and then you're gonna have Barrett is gonna come out and like a road, like one of those black roadsters or whatever, and then Sheamus is gonna come out, you know, in something Irish related, you know, and then like ADR is gonna come out. Old school in the car. I feel like I think that's going to be the intro of the night.
Okay. I'm saying, I mean, not necessarily sleeper, but I mean, Sasha killed it at the takeover in Full Sail. She killed it in Brooklyn. She's got Snoop Dogg, 100,000 people. I'm saying that's going to be the sleeper intro of the night. I'm going Sasha Banks. That's what I'm saying.
I think we're over that. Best. Who's going to steal the show?
Fuck. I mean, it's set up for AJ and Y2J.
Yes, you're right.
So I mean, looking at everyone else, I mean, I don't think, I mean, no disrespect to Ryback and Kalisto, but I don't think they're gonna. I mean, even if they could, they're not gonna give as much time to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe the ladder match, but I'm saying Y2J and AJ because it's designed to do it. And with so much production involved, the one that's designed to do it is probably going to do it. I think
Kalisto and Ryback can be fun. I think it has the potential to be the funnest, like the most fun of the two. I think the crowd would be so apathetic about it that they would like sort of begrudgingly get behind it. You know what I'm saying? I think that has the potential to maybe be a shift. But if there's a match, there's definitely AJ Styles and Jericho. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well,
any last sort of like things, maybe, possibly?
Well, I mean, you said like Bray's not going to be a big deal, but the Wyatt family not mentioned in any match. You think they're just kept quiet?
Again, I think no. I think they're just damaged goods. I think they're hurt and they're damaged.
Okay. Well, shit. I mean, I don't have anything else to say unless.
It's all about Monday after Raw.
Yeah, let's see what's up. I mean, tune in. We're going to be talking about Mania. We're going to be talking about Raw. I mean, I'm excited for the whole weekend. I mean, especially if you're a wrestling fan. I mean, there's the Ring of Honor show. There's the WrestleCon shows with Ibushi and everything happening. And
Wale Mania.
I mean, tons of shit. NXT. WrestleMania 32.
And we're watching it at Kickbacks, right?
Yeah, I'm down. Kickback Jacks.
Kickback Jack this Sunday.
I think the cooks from my work are coming.
I think I'm gonna videotape the live reactions. I'm gonna take my pad with me and get all the live reactions.
There you go. Hell yeah.
It's gonna be fun. Fuck around. I may just stream the whole thing.
Periscope?
Well, not Periscope, but like live YouTube. Wirecast to go. I might just do that and I think that's gonna be fun.
Fuck yeah, I'm down. Hell yeah.
So.
If you want to talk to me on Twitter at JG Pro Wrestling, listen to my NXT podcast, Faster in the World, every Thursday morning, SoundCloud.com/JG Pro Wrestling. And fuck yeah, talk to me about WrestleMania.
PJTW Central. Again, there'll be no SmackDown this week, no SmackDown review this week. You'll see me next on Peter's Raw Recap. It's going to be fucking crazy the night after WrestleMania. It's going to be so fun. Just that crowd, the international crowd, packed in.
Hell yeah.
And, that'd be about it. I think possibly Tuesday, I'll probably do my own little NXT Dallas review as well. If not it can't happen Sunday.
It happens Friday.
It may happen Sunday. You know what? I think my NXT review is going to take the place of SmackDown, so
There you go.
Yeah, so there you go. Other than that, PJTW Central or Ellen Japanese, cutthemusic.etsy.com, and that's it, guys. Go Heels.
Fuck yeah.
And I feel sorry for those who watch The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Season finale.
Fuck it.
Yeah. All right, so, yeah, watch out for those foreign objects.
Later.
Motherfucker.